A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a highly anticipated summit that took place in Anchorage, Alaska, President Donald Trump met with Russian President Vladimir Putin, aiming to address the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Trump, who had previously promised to end the war within his first 24 hours in office, left the meeting without securing a ceasefire, raising concerns among international leaders and analysts alike. The stakes were high as Trump arrived at the summit with a clear objective: to establish a ceasefire that could pave the way for peace negotiations. "I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today," he stated on Air Force One prior to the meeting. However, despite his intentions, the outcome was far from what he had hoped. Putin's response was dismissive of the ceasefire requests, and following their discussions, Trump took to Truth Social to announce a shift in strategy. He stated, "It was determined by all that the best way to end the horrific war between Russia and Ukraine is to go directly to a peace agreement, which would end the war, and not a mere ceasefire agreement, which oftentimes do not hold up." This pivot away from demanding an immediate ceasefire has been interpreted as a concession to Russia, allowing them to continue military operations in Ukraine without fear of U.S. sanctions. The aftermath of the summit has been met with skepticism and criticism. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, along with other European leaders, has emphasized the necessity of a ceasefire to halt the violence and initiate serious negotiations for a lasting peace. Zelensky is expected to meet with Trump in Washington on Monday, where he will likely reiterate the urgent need to end the bloodshed. In a post-summit interview, Trump praised Putin, claiming, "I always had a great relationship with President Putin, and we would have done great things together." His remarks have stirred controversy, particularly given the context of the ongoing war and the implications of his previous administration's ties with Russia. Critics argue that Trump's focus on personal rapport with Putin undermines the gravity of the situation in Ukraine, where countless lives have been lost due to the conflict. Political analysts have weighed in on the dynamics of the meeting, noting that Putin's experience as a former intelligence officer may have played a significant role in the discussions. One Kiev-based analyst suggested that Putin effectively manipulated Trump, leveraging flattery and strategic communication to achieve his own goals. This manipulation was evident during the press conference, where Putin repeatedly echoed Trump's statements, reinforcing a narrative that painted a favorable picture of their relationship. As the dust settles from the summit, the implications for U.S.-Russia relations and the future of the Ukraine conflict remain uncertain. Trump's administration has faced accusations of downplaying Russia's aggression and complicity in the Kremlin's actions. The absence of a clear commitment to a ceasefire raises questions about the U.S.'s role in facilitating peace in the region and the potential ramifications of Trump's approach to foreign policy. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, which has escalated since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, has resulted in significant geopolitical tensions and humanitarian crises. The international community watches closely as Trump and Zelensky prepare for their upcoming meeting, hoping for a renewed commitment to peace and stability in the region. As the situation develops, it is crucial for leaders to prioritize diplomacy and engage in meaningful dialogue that can lead to a cessation of hostilities. The world is waiting to see whether Trump's next steps will align with the urgent calls for peace from Ukraine and its allies, or if his administration will continue down a path of ambiguous relations with Russia. The stakes are high, and the consequences of inaction could be dire for millions affected by the conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.